Will you be my Valentine? Tragic events can leave spirits unrest, haunting the living. They said, unfinished business, let the souls wandering the earth. Tragedy, with passionate love? What about a romance ended without closure? The Bride on the Bridge. In Stowe, Vermont, lies a covered bridge, Emily's Bridge. There are several versions of Emily's sad tale. Some versions say that Emily and her boyfriend were supposed to meet at the bridge to elope, since her parents did not approve. Some versions say she was killed by runaway horses on the way to her wedding. Regardless of that, Emily ended in a tragic fate. Visitors have reported scratch marks on their cars and bodies, strange noises, footsteps, ropes tightening, girls screaming. If you park near the bridge, you might hear banging on the car, or her feet dragging on the car. The deadly love triangle. The Castillo de San Marcos, in St. Augustine, Florida, is the oldest masonry fort in the United States. The site itself is dripping with paranormal activity. In 1784, Colonel Garcia Marti brought his young wife, Dolores, to the fort. He was not the most devoted husband, and often ignored his wife. Thus, she found other ways to spend her time. She began an affair with her husband's assistant, Captain Manuela Bella. Dolores wore a very unique perfume, which, later, Garcia smelled on Manuel one day. Shortly after, Dolores and Manuel went missing. Garcia told everyone that Dolores had returned to Spain, and that Manuel had a special assignment in Cuba. About 50 years later, a hidden room was found in a dungeon behind a brick wall. Remains of a woman in a white dress and a man were found, with several sightings of a woman in a white dress have been reported there. Could it be Dolores?
The Bellamy Bridge, in Mariana, Fort Lauderdale, a legend of a tragic love story has evolved from what may be a true story. The legend holds that a young woman named Elizabeth was to be married to a man named Samuel, and their love knew no boundaries. In Mariana, Fort Lauderdale, a legend of a tragic love story has evolved from what may be a true story. The legend holds that a young woman named Elizabeth was to be married to a man named Samuel, and their love knew no boundaries. On the night of their wedding, Elizabeth's wedding dress caught on fire, and she was very badly burned. She didn't make it, and was buried in the family cemetery. The story of their tragic love ends. However, her grave couldn't smother the love she had for her husband, and she wanders the swamps surrounding the Bellamy Bridge.
The Gray Man.
In Pawleys Island, South Carolina, exists a story of a man known to locals as the Gray Man. This man is said to have been returning from the war to marry his lifetime sweetheart. Then, a storm surge rushed the beach, and he was knocked from his horse sustaining a broken neck, and dying there, in the surf. 2 nights later, when his love was walking the beach, he appeared to her, in an attempt to warn her to stay away from the coast, due to a hurricane is approaching. Since then, locals say he appears to warn against hurricane surges.